Hey kiddos, glad you came for a reading lesson today. For today's reading lesson, you're going to need your reader-writer journal, a pen or a pencil, and a book. I have chosen today to use a digital book. So I've gone to Epic and I have found a book. This one is called Fact Frenzy Space Life on Other Worlds. So that's the book that we'll be looking at today for your example. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? For today's lesson, we're going to talk about how you can notice the difference in fact and opinion. And the reason we want to notice the difference between fact and opinion is because if you are reading a book and it seems like it might be an opinion, maybe you could find another source to confirm. Whereas if it's a fact, you can definitely find another source to say, yep, I got the same information here. So let's get started. I'm going to turn off my camera. Pop. All right. So we're going to talk about this book, A Little Book of Sloth by Lucy Cook. We read this a little while ago, and I am not going to review it with you today. This book was about a sloth sanctuary where abandoned or orphaned sloths grew up to live around other sloths, which is a little bit unusual because a sloth is generally a solitary animal, and at this sanctuary, the sloths kind of get to know each other and be friends, which I thought was kind of cool. So fact is information that can be proven to be true. There is no doubt anywhere if we look for it in other sources. And an opinion is an idea that somebody thinks or believes, and it cannot be proven true or false, which I think is a really important distinction to be made, is it cannot be proven false and it cannot be proven true. So let's take a couple of examples from A Little Book of Sloth, and then I will show you my example. So one thing it says inside A Little Book of Sloth is three-fingered sloths are the only mammal on the planet, sorry about the typo, with extra neck vertebra and can turn their heads up to 270 degrees. That is a true fact, and if you went to Google or anywhere else, you could find that information and it would be confirmed. The same goes for this piece of information. The kind of sloth is determined by the number of digits or fingers they have. Something you can check somewhere else and it would say the same thing. Let's move on to the opinion side of this one. Still in A Little Book of Sloth, there are a couple of opinions. One of those is, I love sloths. I love their sweet smiles, slow-mo lifestyle, and innate huggability. Personally, I don't know that I would want to hug a sloth, and I do not love them. So I can see right there that since we disagree on something like that, that could be an opinion. Now, if you looked up, are sloths huggable, you might find some information about that, but it could not be proved false or true. So something else in there. This is Mateo. Mateo was the name of one of the sloths in the book. Mateo is so cute, he should come with a public health warning, which is a really cute thing to say. But I suppose if someone thinks Mateo is cute, they wouldn't agree with me, as I don't think sloths are cute either. Let's take a look at our examples today. So I'm going to show you this book here that I looked through. This one is Fact Frenzy Space Life on Other Worlds by Alice Harmon. And if you want to find this in Epic, you are welcome to do so. I was paging through here, looking at all of the different things on all of these pages, and I happened to find on, go back, page 11, that somebody wrote that this looks a bit like a pepperoni pizza. And I thought to myself, well, no, I don't think it looks like a pepperoni pizza at all. I think it looks more like a ball that my dog got a hold of, chewed up, and rolled around the backyard. So we had a little bit of a differing opinion on what this moon might look like. So the person Alice who wrote this book says she thinks it looks like pepperoni pizza, and I have to disagree. So that is an opinion, whereas something like this, these volcanoes can shoot jets up to 250 miles into the atmosphere in eruptions so violent that they can be seen by large telescopes on Earth around 391 million miles away, is a true fact and can be collaborated or corroborated by looking that up somewhere else. So let's take a look at the assignment. So if you need to pause the video to grab out your Reader-Writer Journal, please do that now. Otherwise, open it up to the space where we glued in our note the other day, where it says, notice the difference in fact and opinion. So I've got mine pulled up already for you. And I wrote down Fact Frenzy, Life on Other Worlds, Alice Harmon. I wanted to do that kind of ahead of time so you could see it. Notice I have it spelled absolutely correctly because I copied it down from the book. And I'm going to say in here, the author thinks that Io, that's the name of that moon, Io, looks like a pepperoni pizza. I'm pretty sure that's an opinion because I disagree. I think it looks like a ball my dog chewed up. Now, if you were to find something in there that you did agree with, then you would say, I agree with the author. I do think this looks like a pepperoni pizza. Here's your assignment. Go find a book that you think has facts and opinions about it. A good one to look through might be a narrative nonfiction book, so one that kind of tells a story along with the nonfiction facts. You could also look in this book that I showed you here, or you could look in any other book, and you can agree or disagree if you think it is an opinion, and if you think it is a fact, see if you can back that fact up by finding that somewhere else and tell me where you found that backup fact. I look forward to seeing you on your next in-person day, and I can't wait to see what you've read. Thank you for coming today.